It even starts as early as late Friday night for some of us here across North Texas, especially along the Red River Valley. But most of us will be feeling those impacts, especially as we head into Saturday morning. But the impacts will linger into Sunday and Monday as well, because temperatures will be below freezing for a good chunk of the time through this weekend and start of the next work week. That's why we have first alert weather days that start Friday and stay in effect as we continue into Monday. Again, it's not only for wintry weather. We're also looking at the potential of big impacts due to the cold. And in fact, those of us along the Red River Valley and even over into Wichita Falls now have been upgraded to a winter storm warning. That's the peak shaded area, but most of us here across North Texas still a winter storm watch. What you need to know: moderate to heavy amounts of accumulation of sleet, freezing rain and snow will be likely Friday afternoon and continue into Sunday morning. Here's the timing of when everything is likely to start. Again, Red River Valley and over across our northwestern counties, anywhere from lunchtime to 4 p.m. is when you'll start to see that wintry mixture move through your area. Here across the Metroplex, anywhere from 2 to 8 p.m. and then down to the south of the I-20 corridor, 6 to 10 p.m. Again, things will get dicey Saturday evening. Now, Friday, we start to see some rain filter in, and that'll be the case pretty much all day long. It's around our 7 to 8 p.m. hour when we start to see that transition of freezing rain and then into sleet, and that will stay in the forecast as we continue all day Saturday and even into the evening hours. It's not until the very early morning hours into Sunday when we start to see that transition back into snowfall. See all of that blue? That's going to be the snow. Now, the tricky part of the forecast is going to be heavily dependent on the temperature profile, vertical temperature profile of the atmosphere. If we get a warm layer, it's going to lead to more ice. And right now, these are our two forecast models. They're longer ranged, anywhere from about a half of an inch to an inch of ice is going to be likely. Again, these are just estimates. Things are likely to change within the upcoming days when we get closer to the event. Now, here's the tricky part. If we get more cold air in the environment, then we're likely to see more higher snow accumulation totals. One of our forecast models is highlighting 5.5 inches, while the other is just around a 3/4 of an inch. So it's something to keep in mind. That is a big difference in snowfall totals, and that's why we're keeping a very close eye on this forecast. Now, another thing is to consider is the extreme cold. And in fact, we have an extreme cold watch that'll be in effect Saturday evening and linger in effect till Monday afternoon. Wind chill values anywhere from 0 to -10 degrees. That'll be the case Sunday morning and into Monday morning, but it'll stay very frigid outside as we continue even into Tuesday. And temperatures are likely to stay below or even at freezing for around 72 hours. So that's why we've issued a first alert Friday through Monday. Tomorrow is the time to prepare. We'll be right back.